How you doing? Gene here. A lot of people, when they're starting to think of buying a ukulele, they're not sure which size to buy. And while you can't go wrong with any one of them, I have here a Soprano concert and the tenor. They are all the Kala brand. They're tuned to standard pitch. So it's apples to apples to a certain extent. There's different woods here, and I'll explain that as I go through. I'm going to start with the this particular Soprano is a thin line. Has a really good sound, though. It has an arched back, and I've compared it with other regularly sized Soprano, and it holds its own. The Soprano is the smallest. It's considered the standard size, has a high sound. Now what this one has is a low G. Any ukulele that you buy, you can take this high G and then change the strings and put a low G on. High G is the standard. Low G is nice if you want to be playing some lines with a wide range, you know, when you get down here. You know, you can keep going down. If you do that on a ukulele that has standard tuning, you know, it suddenly goes up high. So, but for strumming and for your traditional sound, you're going to want the high G. Okay, so that's the Soprano. I think it's good for anybody to start on. If you have really big hands, thick, stubby fingers, maybe you want to go one step higher. That was my concern. I bought this last because I thought, well, maybe this might be just too small and crowded for me to play. But then it wasn't. I mean, it's crowded, but I can play it. Okay. This is the Kala. By the way, let me give you these model numbers if you sort of like it and you want to look for it. This is the KA, looks like an SSTU. Thin line, they call it. Solid top, laminated back and sides. And then this one is the Kala solid mahogany. I guess they still make this brand. This is a KA8SMC. This has a little deeper sound to it. Now mahogany typically has sort of a dry sound with a nice treble, clear. This particular one has a nice round, a little bit more mellow tone, I would say, but very nice. Let's see. Pretty loud. Let me talk just a little bit about the tuners. I prefer the gear tuners. That's not traditional. The traditional is the friction type. My limited experience with the friction type, we didn't get along. I spent more time tuning it than I did playing it. And then I took those friction tuners off and put on replacement tuners that were better. Same thing. So we don't get along. It's very difficult to get fine with a friction tuner. Just a little bit and you're past it and then you're down. It just didn't seem to hold for me either, no matter how much I tightened things. So this is geared. My first one's geared, and this one I'm going to show you now. This is the Tenor Kala brand, KAASAC-T. This is the acacia wood, solid acacia wood. This is a really nice one. This neck here, to me, seems just a little bit more of a V. Really, really nice neck. and the action came superb. Very, very unusual. So this gets, one step bigger. You can see the differences here. Next to one another, they're quite noticeable. Let me show you here's the soprano and the concert. And quite noticeable step-ups, not subtle. Okay, and of course there's one more after this. I've had the baritones are the largest ones. I've had those. I don't have one right now. These are tuned to standard G, C, E, A. I was a guitar player and I'm a guitar player, so when I approach this I'm thinking guitar, which is a little confusing because this to me is always a C. It just is. But it isn't. You have to do the transposing. This is what, an F, and this, which I think it was an F, is a B flat, and you have to go through that, but relatively the forms are the same. But the baritone is normally tuned just like the top four strings of a guitar, D, G, B, E. And that's a deeper sound yet, larger instrument. Sometimes guitar players go to a baritone first because you'll be in your guitar key, and if you have a friend, a brother, or whatever who wants to strum along, you'll be playing the same forms. It'll be less confusing, so you might want to keep that in mind. Okay, that's it for that. I think I'm going to do another ukulele video talking about sort of a buyer's guide and what to look for and what to watch out for. So I hope that this helps. Thanks for watching.